But I'm saying this love started with Tarak very graciously coming to the Brahmastra, sort of press meet.
Yes.
In Hyderabad, and there was, I remember I was fully pregnant at that time, and Tarak was like, yeah, we'll do the event, but then after that you all have to come to my house for dinner.
Yeah.
And we had such a warm evening on that terrace. I remember eating dinner and like chatting, and that was the first time that we actually discussed possible baby names in front of everybody. I remember Ranbir and I were like, if it's a girl, it'll be this. If it's a boy, it'll be this. And we were all like, raising our glass to like.
So was Raha the name discussed that night?
We discussed. Yes, we had names picked out.
And I started praying. I wish it was Raha. I wish it was
Raha.
Like, I wish it was Raha. And finally,
what a beautiful name! What a beautiful name! You know what I find absolutely intriguing about movie stars. Specifically, in the brand of cinema that you have done and across decades now, is that there is a kind of fine line between always projecting movie stardom and yet giving that performance. And I think you've done that effortlessly, always. That you've not only considered one of the biggest movie stars, but also an absolutely terrific actor. Now, do you have to kind of straddle that at times, that you know that you are also an artist, you're giving your all, your heart, your emotion to that scene, but there is a certain perception of how you have to be, a larger than life persona that has to always penetrate through celluloid. Is there always like that tussle within you, or is just in your DNA to just be the way you are and then it comes out all effortlessly?
I think it's very natural, sir, for any actor. The moment you start calculating, your image versus your want.
Yeah.
I don't think they can never gel together.
Yeah.
Because I've seen this multiple times in my career. So I've said this many a times that there was this point where this whole image, this whole want of fans and what they want, it was very strenuous for me as an actor. And then I can
imagine.
Yeah, I just couldn't straight. I mean, like, think straight. So that's when Abhay happened, my first child, and something about that experience of being a father has made me become naive all over again. And I think for an actor, what's the most important thing is that how do you become naive? How do you disown or unknow things? Because at that moment when you have to perform, I really think that you don't need to experience it.
Yeah.
Right? You haven't ever experienced it, but how do you deliver it? For that, I think there needs to be a lot of naiveness in an actor. And that comes only when you just take things off your brain.
Yeah.
And for me, when I was of course, I was struggling for Abhay to, look at me and call me, Papa, or call me Nana. So I wanted him to do that. So that urge in me somewhere just took this whole NTR ka image away from me. And I said, wow, this whole thing is just gone from my head. So I said, what if I try to incorporate it into my movies?
Right.
So that's when my journey started as an actor.
As an artist.
It's like, just for me, it gets very boring for some, if I have to just give this a reaction, it's just useless, it's meaningless. So I started putting my foot down and, started communicating, saying that, no, I really don't think this will work.